Hi, my name is Dave Russell. I'm a middle school teacher. I just recently attended a training by a guy named Rick Morris, and he has this really cool philosophy that it's golden, called happy and productive. What he does is he takes and kind of twists the point of view to be something that makes us question, how do the students feel when they come into our classrooms, and how can we structure our classrooms in a way that allows them to have their needs met, so that our objectives can be met as we're teaching them. So one of the things that one of the apps that you can find from Rick's website is called an alarm, basically, and Rick uses music cues to hold students accountable to certain behaviors at different when they hear different kinds of tunes. One of the things I wanted to do from that training was to just apply an alarm that opens the class and has a set couple of behaviors I want the kids to do before they get started, and then I wanted to end the class with a separate song. So I tried downloading the app, and our local district's computer network folks were having a hard time getting to the task of installing it. So I looked around a little bit, and through a couple of websites I found that you can actually use some of the features on your Mac already to get where you want to go with in terms of this. And what you would use is a program called Automator, iCal, and on iTunes, and I'd like to show you how I did it, and hopefully this will help you. All right, have a good evening. Have a good evening, really. So when you want to create an alarm that your Mac can trigger to play a particular song at a certain time in your classroom, you want to go to this feature called Automator. It's in your application folder, and it looks like a little robot holding some sort of laser rifle. And the first option you have is, well, you have all these different options, but for our purposes we're going to choose a calendar alarm. So we're going to click on that, choose. And because we want to work with, we've already chosen the calendar feature, we want to choose, we want to work with music and iTunes. So we're going to come over here and click on that. And there's two items out of this list right here that you want to choose. The first one is find iTunes items. So we're going to take this and we're going to drag it over into what they call the workflow area. And we're going to choose a playlist. I prefer using playlists versus tracks because you can always change what's in the playlist if your students get tired of hearing the same Neil Diamond song. But anyway, so you're going to choose a playlist, and for our purposes, I believe I made a playlist that's called Class Begins. And we're going to get that. And then the next thing, so you can see we're telling the computer to find iTunes playlist. The next thing you want to do is we want to play the iTunes playlist. And so we're going to drag that behind that one. So the first thing the computer is going to do is it's going to find the iTunes playlist, and the second thing it's going to do is it's going to play it. Now what's really neat about the Automator is it has this run function. So it kind of like you're telling the computer to do these two things, and rather than having to do it in real time, you can kind of click on run and it'll simulate it right here and there. So I'm going to click on run, and let's see what happens. Alright, so it found it. That's great. I'm going to come over here and I'm going to go back to my iTunes, and I'm going to turn that music off for a second. Bless Jack Johnson. And go back to my Automator. Now once I know that it successfully did what I want it to do, I'm going to simply save this. So I'm going to hit File, Save, and we'll call this Class Begins. Save. And it's running it as if I was to do it as if I wanted it right now. So let me go back over here to iTunes, and I'll pause that. And we'll get back over to our calendar. Now I'm going to click on this one, and I just want to see the week because I want to schedule this out. So here's class begins, and I'm going to double click on it, and here's the times. Now let's just say that my class begins at 8 o'clock. So I'm going to click on 8 o'clock. I'm going to turn that into a time for 8 o'clock, and we'll have it stop 5 minutes later. We're going to do custom, and I'll say that I want this to happen just on Fridays or maybe Wednesdays. Have that done, and now that's done that way for the next rest of my life of Wednesdays and Fridays. Now, if I want to, one really simple way, because you're probably a teacher, if you're a middle school teacher, or if you're an elementary teacher that has multiple times that they want to start and end, you can take this, click on it, and duplicate it, and I clicked Command D to duplicate, and then I'm going to drag this new one, and let's say my first class starts at 8 o'clock, my next class starts at 10. So double click on that, and there it is, 10 to 10 a.m. or 10:05, and you can kind of do that. You can do the same thing with a different playlist called Class Ends or End of Class, or just whatever you want to name it. But I've been able to get this working, and it's been really helpful. Thanks for watching.